Hey everybody, Chiron here, and welcome back to another episode of Banished. First things first, a little bit of a change that needs to happen here. Somebody in the comments had figured out the issue that we're having with our dock workshops here. So as you can see, that person did kind of come from the end of our workshop. But if you watch this, people are actually going down the entire length of the workshops before they go to the dock piece. So it looks like this end portion here is not necessarily going to be the best route for them to be able to get to the dock pieces. They kind of want to go to the side. So I think that was the issue that we were having with people starving on this one particular dock workshop here. So in the future, what we're going to have to do is just make sure that we have these guys facing sideways instead of kind of head on like this. But I think we can solve this particular issue with that. So that'll get everybody kind of a path that they can take to get to these workshops and things like that. So should be crisis averted. Alright, what do we have here? We have lumber, firewood, and furniture. How are we doing on lumber now? 538 lumber, so we are good to go there. Go ahead and dismiss you. And do we have anybody else? We do have a trading post. Don't need those. We still don't have anybody at the farm supplier. I'm kind of thinking that that one may not have a path to it anymore or something. I'm not entirely sure. Why don't we delete a couple of these dock pieces here and see if that makes a difference. So they should still have a pretty good path. You know, they can kind of get around this way to their homes and things like that. But I just want to make sure that we can actually get over. In all honesty, I might just move that. I have been thinking of moving these three guys into their own little area, just so that we have a little bit better access to our traders. And I also want to see what I want to do with these islands here. So let's I can get a couple of fisheries on here. I don't think I can get any on there. I don't think they'll actually fit here. Ooh, it's close. Right there. I don't want to use the power flatten tool if I don't have to, but in all honesty, there's nothing blocking that. Like there's some terrain features here that are preventing that from going in. That one little square, I think it'll be fine. So I might power flatten that one, just so that we can. You're a farm supply trader. Come on. All right, and then what do we got here? So that we can do. And then here, I don't know. This is all pretty rocky. Oh. Yeah, another one of those where it's one little teeny tiny piece there. I think it might just be the tree? No. So I might flatten that one as well. In a world of water, I would assume that if there was a small little rock or a terrain feature that was preventing somebody from... what are you doing? Oh, shoot. Boom. If there was a small little rock or terrain feature in the way that's preventing you from building a fishing place, I would hope that you would grab a shovel, maybe. Alright, so we do have a farm supplier, a fishing supplier now, so it looks like that was being a problem. Okay. Frisian cows, I think we already have. Right, we got Frisian cows. Dismiss you. Alright, so I think what may have happened with this is if you completely surround it with buildings, it can't path its way on over. So it would be like putting one of these on a lake. It just can't get to it. But regardless of how intricate you make this canal, as long as it connects up to the river, you should be fine. So we will have to move our farm supplier down here, and we'll have to make sure that we have some sort of a contiguous path where they can get all the way from river to river. So that's good to know. Alright, and that means that we probably have to start building down here a little bit too. So we'll have to start planning for that. Could actually probably do it kind of right here. I think they come out of this side and then they exit on the other side. Alright. Look at all these guys coming in now. Not really anything we need there. Not anything we need there. So it is stuff that we could potentially use, but the resources that we have right now don't really lend to that. We really need building supplies. That's our big thing that we need to work on this episode. So glass, bricks, and logs. Woody and laborers are doing pretty good, so let's up those a little bit. We need glass, bricks, and logs. We have clay and sand coming in. So we'll have to build a glassworks. We'll do it right there. And we need to build a, not a stack burner, we need a brick maker. Where's the brick maker? Brickworks. Alright. What are we building there? Bedding maker. Alright, so we can just continue this on. I'm going to leave a 1 space gap in there. And let's get a couple roads through here. Alright. You can actually go all the way through the brickworks, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, there is a path directly through there. So why don't we destroy that? We'll remove road here. And then we'll just put the brickworks tied up against it so it looks nice. There we go. And then we'll throw our road back in here. Boom. There we go. And the way you do those crooked roads, so if I have a straight road, it'll make an L shape, but if you hold on shift, it'll kind of get the fastest path to wherever your cursor is. So, not sure if I ever explained that in a previous episode. Alright. Industrial supplier. Air tools. Fancy furnishings. Fancy furniture for 30. That might be worth it. Oops, that needs to be 240. Fancy furniture is a little bit tricky to make. You need some hardwood and some fancy bedding or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I remember it being annoying to make. Alright. Not really anything we need there. Apple seeds would be good, I think. We could use some fruit up in here. Oh, wait, we have blackberries, so we don't need fruit. Let's see. Rice is grain. Parsnips are veggies. Blackberries are fruit. And we have meat. So we should have all 4 food groups here right now. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Alright, so here is our test crop field. You can see that kind of a lot of the area just is not being planted. So it planted quite a bit, so we could probably continue to have our crop field up to this line. And just kind of use that space. If you remember last episode, I was wondering if I was going to flatten this area and use it for some pasture land or something like that, just because it was a very, very gentle slope. But we can put a crop field on it, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so our glassworks is up and running. We do need some furnace fuel for that, so we will probably have to make another fuel refinery and get that, get our fire bundles going with our dock workshops here, and probably need to make a couple more reed farms. We are out of reeds, so we're gonna definitely have to do that. Alright, and then we almost have our brickworks in place, which is good. Just gotta wait for it to build. Let's get a couple more builders here. I don't think I have a whole lot of buildings in progress here. These all finished up, so at the beginning of this episode, these were still upgrading. So we're looking good. Trading post, got some llamas. Do we want llamas? I think we do want llamas. We could use a source of wool. Yeah, let's get some llamas. Let's see. What do we want to do? We could do slope conforming. Try and find some area here. Right here I think would be good. Alright, so we'll go there. Put in a couple of these guys. Oh man, this is all bad area, isn't it? Let's take a look. Yeah, see, this area, it's all... So again, it's a really low slope area, but you can't build on it. So what I think I'm gonna do is use this entire area for pasture land. I'll leave a little bit of a gap on the water there just so that we can put in some other items. Let's see. We'll see what that does. Just so that we can put in like some shore houses and stuff here. I don't want to put it directly up against the water if we don't have to. The shore is actually pretty valuable. Alright, so we have our brickworks in place. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just make sure this is glass and not glassware. We could use coal. How much coal do we have? We have a lot of coal, so let's use coal. I don't want to use our furnace fuel if we don't have to. Dairy is in place, so we'll get that up and running. These guys should already be producing milk. Alright. Looking good. We'll get this guy up and running just for when they start producing, which should be pretty soon here. 24 glass. Don't have any bricks yet, but that should be any second now. Use 25 logs, though. Logs are kind of important as well. Let's get these guys up and running. And let's see what we can do about trading for some llamas. Need 120 leather for 2 llamas. Wait for our pasture to go in. Oh yeah, and I wanted to build some homes over here, didn't I? Oh, I don't have enough real estate to actually put homes on land here. Land is just so incredibly valuable. So let's get a couple dock homes in here. We'll Let's see, how do we want to do this? I think we'll just start here. So we have a path that'll come through here. Then we'll give them one space. Oops. And then we'll just kind of continue on and put just an absolute ton of homes in. And we'll just kind of make a nice line of homes kind of all the way around, so then we can kind of continue this all the way around this area, so that we have just kind of a line of homes where everybody can kind of get home from work really quickly if they need to. And then it'll also give us the ability to start building different kinds of buildings and things like that out in the further areas. So, you know, what you don't want to do is start building like a trading post or something by that river, and then not having any homes, and people would die on the way to and from kind of transporting materials, and it's just a big hassle. So alright, get our dock pieces in here. Hopefully I didn't miss any. And I think that should do it. Alright, we do have to put some dock pieces in the end, though. Boom. 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 And then one. Yeah, I could probably just finish out with a dock piece here. Make sure it's in the right direction. There we go. And should probably also put one of these guys here. And we can do a resource clear. Why not? Might as well. Oops. Need you. And there we go. Alright, why are you at a 64% yield? So the problem here is they're not actually harvesting it. Let's see if we can drop down the size a little bit. If we can do it like that, if that'll encourage them to actually harvest it. Well, we've got a couple of homeless people. Still not entirely sure what causes that. For them to kind of overpopulate. It's kind of weird. Kinda weird. Alright, so I think we're looking pretty good. How many building supplies do we have? We have one building supply. So let's unpause that guy. And I can't remember, I don't have any extra building supplies from... What are you doing? Why did you not have anybody working at you? I don't have any extra building supplies from the last time any trader came through, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to deal with it. Who are you? Farmer without work. Well, I guess I'll give you a job. Oh, yeah, because I took this field out. That's why that was missing. This actually needs to be a... yeah, we'll do a crop field, I think. We don't need it to be a plantation. Alright. There we go. So, starting to get our dock pieces in place here. I'm actually going to increase priority on that just so we get a good path for those guys. I know they can kind of jump that, but, you know, as the last season showed, they're not always the greatest at pathing on docks. Alright. So still waiting for removal on that guy, so we'll continue on with our other traders here. Fancy homewares, 232 apiece. That is expensive. That is expensive. How we doing on foresters, though? We do have some extra labor, so let's go ahead and get those guys maxed out, because we definitely need some logs. I could potentially buy some logs. That might actually be a good idea. I think I'll wait on those. What is our max logs? 2,000. We'll increase that up. Yeah, honestly, we're gonna use them, and it only costs us 33 rice. Oh nope, 66 rice. Those logs are 2 apiece. Okay. And then everything else, I think we can probably wait on. Dismiss. Farm supplier, Frisian cows, don't need you. And still waiting on this guy. They may not be able to clear these, actually, because that's difficult terrain for them. Dang. Alright. So, the problem with this is anything that's considered difficult terrain, like these mountains, you can't physically remove any of these trees. So they can't remove those trees to build anything on them. So I think we're going to have to standard pasture this guy. As much as I don't want to do it, I think we gotta. Standard pasture. We'll be nice, and we'll do it only on land that's kind of flat-ish. So we'll do it there. I think they should be able. Oh, no, I don't think they can do that either. Okay. Well, we'll let them try to flatten this area. Honestly, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work. So let's make a backup plan. We will put yeah, that's not going to work. I'm just going to destroy it. We'll do a slope conforming pasture where they don't have to clear any of those trees. That tree should be fine. I don't think it needs to clear that one. Oh, and that one we can clear anyway. Good. Move resources all through here. Actually going to cancel removal on anything on this side until we get a bridge in place. Let's put a bridge in. I think we'll just do a drawbridge. It doesn't really. I mean, it's nothing to draw. I mean, I could do a creek plank, but I don't really like those because they're not very fancy. Let's do a wooden bridge. So we'll spend a stone on it. Why not? I like realism. I like realism. Looks like we do need to get some sort of a firewood in place. Oh yeah, all of our stuff's being used. So let's get. Let's see. We should have something like a. Let's see, sawmill. They don't do. Produces lumber or firewood. Yeah. So we'll do. Yep. I think that's the only options that we have. We can use up some of our coast, or we can just put one of these in and use up land. I'll put one of these in. Let's get some road in here. There we go. I'm not going to take those nomads, for those of you that may be unaware. Alright, so feathers and cloth, or cotton and cloth. I think we do have a couple of feathers, yeah, so 800 feathers. So let's start making some bedding with that. We do need to start making cloth then, instead of rugs. How are we doing on rugs? 74 rugs. So we should be able to make about 24 more homewares, which should get us going for now. Not too incredibly concerned. We can do... What do we need? What do we need? How much cotton do we have? Cotton, 3,000 cotton. So we're good there. We'll do blackberries here. Drop you down, bump you up. Parsnips, blackberries, should be good to go. And we'll just have to see if they do harvest this field. Alright, so this one is in place. So we can get our llamas, which was the trading post, I believe. Trade you. Llamas. Bump you up, and there we go. Now we have a source of wool, so we can start making some wool incidentals. I think, can we make rugs? We can make wool rugs. Awesome. So we can use our wool for rugs, and then we can keep our cotton for our bedding. We will need to make another weaver, though. So let's get another weaver in place here. Weaver, 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 weaver. Boom. And that one will be for rugs. Excellent. So, how are we doing over here? 1 of 2 building supplies. And we've produced 2 of 2. Or actually, we produced 4? Yeah, we have 4 building supplies. That's pretty good. What else needed building supplies? Maybe the bedmaker needed it? Or they just haven't actually gotten any supplies over there yet. We do need some sort of storage over here, though. That is correct. Now that we have building supplies in place, we should be able to do these guys. These are going to be the most space efficient version of the barn. So we'll go with that. And let's increase priority on that. It only needs 1 building supply, so we should be able to get that pretty quick here. Alright. Farm supplier's back with horses. Don't need horses. Industry supplier. Lumber, fancy furniture. I think we're good on fancy furniture for now until we start using it, and they bring a lot of them, so I mean we can always just buy more as we need them. Iron for 5. That's a pretty good deal. So let's do that. Because iron's going to be pretty valuable. Not only do we not need the iron ore, we also don't need the furnace fuel, and it just saves us a lot of time from having to manufacture it. Alright, so we'll make wool rugs. Apologize. That was my phone. Nothing but meetings, I tell ya. Alright, so llamas, we should be able to dismiss this guy, because we have our llamas. And there we go. But it is actually the end of this episode. So we're just at about 29.5 minutes. Hopefully our pasture here does work out. I'm I think that this should work out okay and give us the maximum of 22 with the ability to collect the materials. So I don't think once you actually build the building, I think it's fine with kind of collection and working it and things like that. Although we did have the issue with this field, so it's kind of up in the air. It hasn't gone through a season yet, so we'll have to take a look at that next episode and make sure it is producing. Otherwise, we may have to figure out something else to do with that piece of land. Sawmill is up and running, so we'll go ahead and make that into firewood. And we're probably going to have to start reaching out in this area and kind of claiming this for wood. We'll tackle that next episode as well. But as far as this episode goes, that should do it. Hope you all enjoyed. I want to thank you all for coming out, and I'll see you next time.